Hey guys, I'm sorry that we couldn't meet today for the Forest Lake Church Run Club. And so today for worship, I'm just going to share a little video clip about the worship clip. So last week I talked about Ryan Hall. So I just wanted to share a couple points about him from Wikipedia again. He was born in '82. And so for the USA, for the first time, he broke the 1 hour barrier in the half marathon with a time of 59:43. His wife, Sarah Hall, she recently ran in the Olympic trials of 2020. Her name is Sarah. They're married and they have 4 girls that are adopted. And he's a Christian. He's an author of several books, and he has a podcast called the Run Free Podcast. And the book that I have of his is Run the Mile That You're In. And so recently I heard on one of his podcast episodes back before Christmas time, he was talking about the topic of competition. And so he brought up the text Luke 9:46, and I thought I would bring that up on the iPad. And so in the New Living Translation, then his disciples began arguing about which of them was the greatest. But Jesus knew their thoughts, so he brought a little child to his side. Then he said to them, "Anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf welcomes me. Anyone who welcomes me also welcomes my Father who sent me. Whoever is the least among you is the greatest." So, this week, as you read Luke 9:46 through 48, just reply in this email or post on Strava your thoughts about this text. And I actually never thought about this text being in relation to the topic of competition, because the disciples are quarreling about who is the greatest. But that's kind of what competition is about. So whoever is the least among you is the greatest. So thanks. You guys have a good week. Hey guys, for this week's Walk, Run, Talk, I just want to talk to you about clothing, specifically in Florida. So starting off with your shoes. Now with walking and running, it should be somewhat similar. So you want to make sure that you go to a running store or a sports store, and if you can, see if you can get your shoes fitted for your feet specifically. For a lot of people, their feet are going to be just a little bit different in length on each side. So for their left foot and their right foot. For me, my feet are about I think it's 0.3 of a foot size different from each other for my left and my right foot. So I went to Fleet Feet as well as Track Shack for some of my shoe purchases here in Florida. I mean, there's other stores as well, REI and other sports goods stores. So make sure that your shoes are comfortable for you. And I can go on and on about shoes, but specifically make sure that they're comfortable for you. Now, for replacement, if with your running, you want to make sure that you replace your shoes between 300 to 500 miles of activity, whether it's walking or running. And then with socks, you want to make sure that you have nice socks for your walking or running, and make sure that there's no holes in them, because you don't want any blisters. I have the Belega socks, which are nice because the seams on the inside of the socks don't get in the way of your feet to cause blisters and that kind of thing. I've had a lot of success with my Belega socks. There's other kinds of socks that you can use. And then for shorts and shirts and that kind of thing, you want to make sure that you have clothing that is specifically for sports, like that is wickable, that will dry quickly. So when you get sweaty, the clothes will dry. You don't want to wear cotton, because cotton will rub on your skin a lot more and cause blisters and chafing. Now, a lot of running shorts do have like a interior brief on the inside, but you can also wear athletic underwear as well. That's an option. and women, what you need to do for your sports bras and that kind of thing. And then, so for a hat, you can wear bandanas, you can wear hats. It's on a hot day, it's nice to wear some sort of protection to keep your head cool. All right, that's it for clothing. Of course, I could go more on that topic, but that's it for today. Hey guys, for week 2, for our warm-up, I just want to go over some of the same things that we were doing in week 1. So today we're going to stretch our legs first. So we're going to start with our right leg, and we're going to be stretching our quadriceps. So for 10 counts, so 1, and then also if you need to, grab onto a pole or someone else for this stretch, because you might fall over. So for 10 counts. Okay, we're going to switch to our left leg. And then for this, I forgot to include, you want to make sure that your knee is pointed straight down, and you don't want to pull back like this. So to show you right here, like this. Okay, for 10 counts. Okay, and then for our hamstrings, we're going to just do a simple stretch right down. Try to keep your knees straight if you can, and then just go down as far as you're able. All right, next we're going to stretch our calf muscles. And we're going to start with our right leg and pushing straight back into the heel of our foot. We're going to do this and make sure you feel a nice stretch in your calf muscle. Try to keep your feet straight. Okay, we're going to switch legs and switch to our left foot. Okay, this next stretch we're going to stretch our shoulders. So we're going to put our knuckles at our temples and just squeeze forward like this and just go back and forth. These are called shoulder gaiters. Just kind of stretching your shoulders just a little bit. Okay. All right, and that's it for this week's warm-up.